Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Explorer reference 14270. You can see this 36mm late 1990s Rolex Explorer and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details for this Rolex Explorer. Now, of course, in 2010, the Explorer became a 39mm watch, and in 2016, that 39mm watch was redesigned to feature a dial much more similar to this than the one that debuted in 2010. So this is a handsome plank owner in the Rolex family of sports watches. From the original Tenzing Norgay and Edmund Hillary expedition to the top of Everest in 1953, through several variants from the 6098 to the 6150, the 1016s, the 6610s. The Explorer went through a couple of iterations in its earlier age, but then there was the long-running 1016 from the late 50s to 1988, and from 1988 to the year 2010, the watch you see here. So that's the Rolex Explorer history, essentially, in a nutshell. But 36mm across the broad of the case, not including the crown. The watch is 11mm thick, and you can see with the sloped sapphire and conical bezel, it easily fits underneath any kind of dress cuff. Now, from lug to lug, the watch measures 44mm, and this is a 78-790 bracelet, so you can see with the 558B end pieces, it doesn't have solid end links, so it wears very much like a vintage Rolex, where the lug-to-lug measurement is the true measurement across the wrist. You don't have the solid end links. The nice thing about this U serial number is current to 1996 or 1997, it's right on the bubble. This is a contemporary Rolex that you can wear with confidence, with a lot of the feel and the look of a vintage Rolex, but without having to baby it, because it is, after all, a fairly contemporary watch, and service is still readily available at Rolex authorized dealers. That's not universal for vintage timepieces. Now, opening up the clamshell style Oyster clasp, you can see that it remains crisp on the inside with all of these stampings highly salient, as well as the serial designator for the specification of the bracelet, which you can see there, and the date stamping, which you can see just above. It's a U12. The watch is in excellent condition, and it features just enough contrast between polished and satin finished surfaces that it stands out, and it has an outsized wrist impression. It's not a big watch, but it has a big presence and a big personality and a big history. Now, it's also worth noting that this particular watch features what I believe to be both a service crystal, in as much as it has the laser-etched Rolex crown, a feature not used as far back as 1997, and the dial itself, which is in super luminova and not signed tritium. I've confirmed as much. So this timepiece has received a little bit of an upgrade since its 1997 manufacture. It remains solid, caliber 3000 powered, and the 3000 inside is a COSC Swiss chronometer. It's a little bit distinct from the calibers that came after 2000 in as much as it has a flat hairspring rather than a breguet, and a single-sided balance cock rather than a dual-anchored bridge. But again, a Swiss chronometer with hacking seconds, Rolex's bidirectional perpetual automatic winding, a 42 to 45 hour power reserve, and thanks to the twin lock crown, it does have 100-meter water resistance, so hail and hearty, it's quite a bit more robust than those 50-meter water-resistant Explorers of the era of Norgay and Hillary. So you can see this watch is pretty much a Rolex traditionalist's timepiece. If you think that they've gotten too big today, if you think that they've gotten too massive, if you miss the lighter feel of the hollow end link, hollow center link bracelets, if you're looking for something that's just a little bit different than the watches Rolex is purveying today, step back a moment in history and consider an original Explorer 1, as they've come to be known. Consider going with the classic reference 14270. Again, with a super luminova dial and a service crystal, this one is up to current specification and ready to glow, easy to read day or night, in bright or no light. You can see and you can purchase this Rolex Oyster Perpetual Explorer on our website.